Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Wednesday, the 14th of May. With McShane, we're reading our way through the book of Numbers. Today, chapter 23, continuing the saga of the prophet, diviner, Balaam, who's been called by King Balak to come and put a curse on the people of Israel. Balak builds 7 altars, offers 7 oxen as a sacrifice to God, and then Balaam goes off and waits on God. He comes back and he has the following from verse 7. Then Balaam spoke this message. Balak brought me from Aram, the king of Moab, from the eastern mountains. Come, he said, curse Jacob for me. Come, denounce Israel. How can I curse those whom God has not cursed? How can I denounce those whom the Lord has not denounced? And then he continues and in actual fact speaks a blessing on Jacob, much to Balak's ire, because that was not what he wanted him to do. But as I read that just this notion, how can I curse those whom God has not cursed? How can I denounce those whom the Lord has not denounced? Is so true. We can't do things outside of God. And it reminds us of the psalmist who says that those who build without the Lord labor in vain. God isn't with those who build, it's a vain operation. Likewise here, if you're trying to do something apart from God, it's not going to work. And there's 2 things for me here. The one is, let us align ourselves with God. We wait on God, we pray, and God direct our steps. We read through scriptures, using that to guide our thinking, our attitudes, what we do and how we do it, and say, God, help us to walk in your ways so that we are doing what you want us to do, that we are working with you in the world, because that way we will have success. It's always the truth that if we are with God, if we're doing God's will in God's way, we're going to succeed. We can't not succeed if we're doing God's work and within God's will. And the second thing, just an encouragement, is that how can I curse those whom God has not cursed? When people say things against us, when people come and try and put us down, and there's some people, if somebody says something, they might speak a word. It doesn't matter what people say. They have no authority, no power. You can have anybody speak any kind of curse or put some kind of charm, whatever they like. And we can say, it won't happen unless it falls within God's will. Balaam was very clear. How can I curse those whom God has not cursed? He's not saying that he can't say the words of a curse. He can. Anybody can say that. But it won't happen. It'll have no influence whatsoever. He can't denounce people if God hasn't denounced them. He could say the words, but it would have no impact because it's outside of God's will. So it doesn't matter what people say to us, about us, against us, whatever. It doesn't matter, because if we are with God, they can't say anything or do anything outside of God's will. We are safe, we are secure, because we are in God. So be encouraged to work with God and to know that we have God's protection at every moment. Be blessed.